Yeah, peace everybody. I want to recreate the video I created yesterday addressing Cynthia G and her venom and vitriol against black men, American black men. And I was watching a video by Tariq Nasheed, right? I don't have to explain who Tariq Nasheed is, right? But he's a prominent figure in the black community. And he was talking about a meme he created about the black divest movement, how the so-called black woman is saying, "You are to conquer weak men." She's getting her a zaddy, and the next picture shows the zaddy tied her up and she's crying the black man for help, you know. So the lady, her name is Cynthia G. She created a video responding to Tariq Nasheed. It is called Tariq Nasheed and his daddy deprived dusties. She calls the black men daddy deprived dusties, and she exclaims that the black man do not produce anything. The black man is useless. He doesn't protect the so-called black woman. Unfounded garbage that's spewing, regurgitated, defecated. She's defecating unfounded trash, right? So I responded to this video, but the video I created yesterday, the first several minutes had noise, so you couldn't really understand what I was saying. So let me try to recreate this video. So basically, I'm gonna make it short. Her claim that the black man never protected the black woman is false, and I defeated that whole argument by mentioning one person. MLK, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., is responsible for women's rights in America. So-called white women, black women, really black women have more rights than so-called white women. The biggest beneficiary of the civil rights movement were the Caucasian woman, who is seen as the biggest minority in America, who gets the most so-called affirmative action. Now in this group, this video created by they call it Synthetic G, Synthetic G. There's a bunch of Africans and Latinos cheering her on about how useless the black man is, right? But the Africans, the Latinos, none of these foreigners, you know, minus the so-called Caucasians, wouldn't even be allowed to be citizens here if it wasn't for the Civil War, which was won by black men because of Frederick Douglass convinced Lincoln to let the black men join the army because the Caucasians fled to Canada or they fled to the Confederacy. They was cowards, right? So the black man defeated the Confederacy and was given the whole South. A whole government was created solely for these black men called the Freedmen's Bureau. And the Freedmen's Bureau was doing so successfully, so prosperously, the government created the 14th Amendment saying, because you was born here, you're citizens, laying claim to us, forcing us into citizenship because we was born here. Now, all of these people, these anchor babies who come from other countries that have babies, are benefiting from something that was solely created to undermine black progress and black independence. Because surely, I'm pretty sure this happened, that one of us declared independence and it's just erased from history because of the 14th Amendment. You know, and all these people here, Africans talking about their U.S. citizens, this solely because of black men. Your whole existence here, because where is the citizenship for black Americans in other countries? The only country I'm aware of who actually are recruiting blacks to become citizens and to teach is Asia. Not Asia, that's not a country, but Taiwan. Personally, I know Taiwanians tried to recruit me years ago to go teach in Taiwan. And China and Japan, like Asian countries, will allow blacks to become citizens, even though there's a different type of citizenship in China. Only so-called full-blooded Chinese could be real Chinese citizens, but you still get some type of citizenship there. Where in Africa do we get citizenship? But you Africans come here benefiting off of everything we created. And you are here disrespecting, talking about we create nothing, we're used. We got the African says, in this particular video, I commented, the African is claiming that the black American has the white man's chromosome, the Y chromosome, but the African was under subjugation to the Caucasian longer than us. It wasn't until the 1960s when Nigeria and Ghana got freedom. And they didn't fight the British. They didn't fight the French. It was given to them. It wasn't until the 1990s when South Africa got freedom. And they didn't fight. Mandela got out of jail. And they gave it to them. And the Caucasian still has dominion over Africans in Africa. And you over here talking about we got the white chromosome, the white man's chromosome. Why don't you got the white man's chromosome? You the one still subjected. We don't see. The fact is, they try to explain how come the black man is so exceptional. And instead of saying maybe the black man is exceptional and the so-called black man is superior, they want to give our ingenuity to the Caucasian. It must be the white man's chromosome. So the African come here looking to try to breed with Caucasians who try to reproduce a black man. But the fact is, we don't have the white man's chromosome. And we don't have your chromosome either. We are our own individual group. We are indigenous people to America. We are superior because of that. We are not the same people. Now, I wouldn't say this if it wasn't a reaction to the vitriol that I done read from these Africans and I done actually listened to them tell me how much lazy we are. I'm like, if we're so lazy, why are you living in my country that we built? Why are you not in Latin? Why are people not going to your country to benefit, to live, to go to school? Like, where are the schools that you built in America? You didn't build nothing. You just here benefiting, unearned benefits. And the world knows that you're a parasite. They know that you create nothing, that you're just a useless eater. You're just here to freeload. You're not bringing nothing to the culture. You're not contributing anything of value. You're just here to get jobs, to get money, to eat, and to party. But forget that. Most of the video I made yesterday doesn't have the noise, so you can just re-listen to it. But it's two videos in one. Now, several years ago, Dr. Boyce Watson tried to convince blacks to invest in Bitcoin when Bitcoin was just taking off, when it was under $100. The Negroes, in particular, the ADOS Negroes, they weren't called ADOS, but Yvette Carnell, the YouTube people, convinced the Negroes not to purchase Bitcoin when it was under $100. Now Bitcoin is worth $40,000. It fluctuates between $38,000 and $40,000. Now, if you would have brought one Bitcoin for $100, you would have multiplied your money by 400 times profit in just 2 years. We would have been all millionaires if y'all listened to Boyce Watkins, but you listen to this Yvette Carnell to keep you in poverty. You listen to these poverty Negroes to get you nowhere, who's living in their mama's basement. Now, there's a new coin. It's called Dogecoin. Now, it's worth, right now, I purchased it at 4 cents. Now it's about 8 cents. In one day, it went up to 8 cents. But Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, posted a question. He say, will Dogecoin be the world's currency, reserve currency? And people say, yeah. I'm paraphrasing, that's not exactly what he said, but now if you try to purchase Dogecoin outside of Robinhood, you go through the same process you go through when you actually exchange foreign money to American money. You show an ID, passport, whatever. And this is how you purchase Dogecoin. So Dogecoin right now is being used as a reserve currency and as a way to exchange foreign currency to US dollars. And this is a very powerful mechanism because you don't need the middleman. You don't need the actual, say for instance, a British pound. If you just want British pounds, you could just put your US dollars into Dogecoin and then convert the Dogecoin into British pounds without actually having to, go through the process of exchanging the US dollar to the British pound. You could just exchange one currency to the next currency using Dogecoin. That's a practical use for it right now. And I think that's very valuable. And I think at 8 cents, you should purchase $100 worth of Dogecoin and just sit on it. Now, if you look at the same principle of Bitcoin, now if Dogecoin go up to 20,000, 100,000, whatever, 10,000, I would just say $1. It might just be equivalent to $1. That's a better investment. Now, you shouldn't listen to people telling you not to invest in something like cryptocurrency, because we saw what happened when they could have just invested in Bitcoin and made millions of dollars off of a small investment if they would just listen to Boyce Watkins. But you could do it. You could do it again right now. You could get a project that's up and coming and invest in it. And, you waste money going to the clubs. You waste money on shoes and clothes, Jordans, entertainment. Why not invest in something like this to potentially accelerate your power, because money is power. And in order to really manipulate and to affect the world, you need power, economic power. And you could do that. So I encourage you, whoever's listening to this, to purchase Dogecoin. You could either purchase a wallet or you could just purchase it on Robinhood, either or. But yeah, that's the video. That's the video right now. I ain't trying to, talk forever. But yeah, the Cynthia G. Oh yeah, as far as this, something I wanted to add to the Cynthia G. If you say the black man never defended the black woman, do you realize that Assata Shakur is free in Cuba because of black men who was members of the Black Liberation Army, the military sect of the Black Panther Party? They broke her out and freed her. They literally broke her out of jail. So you just talking garbage. Really, we know what is really going on. You don't have enough class to just say, oh, we made a mistake. You want to use reverse psychology. You think using this slander, vitriol approach is going to cause the so-called black man to crawl to you. But in reality, that's what you're doing. If you really hate the so-called black man as much as you do, why is the so-called black man the total focus of every video you post? See, this reverse psychology is not going to work. You don't want to just admit the fact that you really so-called need the black man. But you don't want to do that. You want them to crawl to you and beg you for forgiveness. No, I'm not begging nobody for forgiveness. I can't do that. If you want to go divest and go to the Zaddy, do that. Ain't nobody stopping you. People ain't got time to talking about this nonsense. I got bigger fish to fry in this world. The worry about the misery of the black woman. Biden didn't dish you. Biden, you didn't put all this help, all this support into Joe Biden, and he just totally slap you down and dish your whole existence. Black Lives Matter can't even get Biden on the phone. And we looking at Trump. He rewarded the people that was supporting him. He then gave Lil Wayne a pardon. He then gave Kodak Black a pardon. What'd you get out of Biden? You ain't getting nothing. So that's why you're really angry. Don't be angry with me. Be angry with the ones that betrayed you. See, the black women have sold out to the Caucasians in the 1970s, and they have been betrayed and thrown to the side, and now they want to blame somebody else. Talking about we are daddy deprived dusties. Who's the reason that we're so-called daddy deprived? You're the ones who actually accepted the stipulations to get welfare, which was to kick the black man out the house. You the one created that dynamic. Now you want to talk about somebody's daddy deprived dusties. But yeah, I ain't got time to be talking to this nonsense. I'm done.